Albany County's new district attorney was sworn in just days ago, and he is already making changes in the office. It's the first time that office has had a new leader in 20 years.
When I was a defense attorney, I was only allowed in here with a guard.
Walking the halls of the Albany County DA's office is something I haven't done in the nearly 2 decades I've been a reporter here. These are the steps the new DA is taking to open up the doors, he says, and demystify this office.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Likewise.
As he continues to get to know his new staff, this is the Financial Crimes Office.
And they're just, look at them, they're all excited. Everybody stop talking about state secrets.
His first order of business on day one, 8:30 a.m., an all-hands-on staff meeting.
It was important for me, and I hope it was important for everybody in the office to understand that this is a fresh start.
When he was younger, Lee Kindlon never wanted to be an attorney.
When you were growing up, you would go to courthouses with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up down the street from longtime Albany County DA Saul Greenberg, even shoveling the DA's driveway as a kid. Kindlon served in the military, overseas in Iraq, as a JAG officer.
But with each step along the way, I realized that, yeah, this is what I'm meant to do.
The father of 3 boys, a prominent defense attorney handling some high-profile cases over the years, including the Schoharie limo tragedy.
And do not be afraid of not guilty.
His vision now for this office, as its first new leader in 20 years, is to first tackle major crimes by devoting more resources to fighting them.
Just about a week ago, I sat down with the bureau chiefs, my new bureau chiefs, and I said, okay, major crimes, these are the resources you get, these are the people you get, what else do you need?
He has also met with nearly every police chief in the county already, asking what are the major issues in their communities. And he says he is heavily focused on criminal justice reform, something he spoke a lot about during his campaign, mainly problems with the Raise the Age law.
There's only so much this office can do, right? There has to be change at the state level for that. So how do you plan to bridge that gap?
I think we've got to flip that idea around and say, look, I'm doing everything I can do with the reforms as they sit. I'm using every tool I know how to use, and still we're not getting the job done.
You said this during your speech. You said, I promise you.
The Albany County District Attorney's Office is now uniquely qualified to take on the challenges ahead.
What did you mean by uniquely qualified?
I think that my perspective only adds to the already very talented group of people in this office. I think that the Albany County DA's office is now in the best position possible to address crime and public safety.
So will we still see Lee Kindlon inside a courtroom where many of us are used to seeing him? His answer to that and why he says it's so important coming up live at 5.
Looking forward to that, by the way, because often in our area, you don't see the district attorney of the larger counties actually in the courtroom prosecuting cases. So I'm interested to, that's at 5?
That's at 5 o'clock. Right. Yeah, he has a strong opinion on that one. Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Albany County's first new district attorney in 2 decades is already making some changes. Just days after he was sworn in, DA Lee Kindlon says he has already met with all leaders in his new office to talk about how to devote more resources to tackling major crimes. He also is trying to open up the office space more, calling for an all-hands-on staff meeting on his very first day. Prior to winning the election to become the Albany County DA, Lee Kindlon was a longtime and prominent defense attorney. The courtroom is where we are used to seeing him. How much will we see you in the courtroom now?
I will be in a courtroom. I'm trying to find the first case I can bring to trial, and so I don't know if I'm going to start with something small just to get my sea legs, or if I'm going to go for something big, but I think it's important. We're not just administrators, we're lawyers, we're on the front lines with the cops, and we're out there to get things done.
DA Lee Kindlon is also creating an entire new bureau within his office, a brand new unit, something that has never existed before. Details on that coming up live at 6. Well, just days after Albany County's new district attorney was sworn in, he is already making some changes to that office. That includes adding an entire new unit, something that has never existed there. DA Lee Kindlon has created a restorative justice bureau. That unit will focus on taking a look at the person accused of committing the crime. The restorative justice bureau will work directly with treatment courts. The goal, the DA says, is to divert young people from a life of crime.
Every case gets looked at for diversion. Sometimes it's a very short look, but we want to make sure that anything that can be diverted is. We find the reason that you got into the criminal justice system, addiction, mental health concerns, desperation, and we try and help you fix that problem, and then you get on with your life. And that has to be part of the whole conversation.
Lee Kindlon is Albany County's first new district attorney in 20 years. You can see more of his story, what brought him to this moment, and some other changes he has planned for the office right on our website, WNYT.com.